Hey guys, this is Rachel with Cypress Textiles, and today we're going to be making the Budapest Square from the 2020 VVCAL. I'm going to be using Shapejust Katana in a size 3mm hook, and I'm going to start with a slip knot and chain 3 and then slip stitch into the third chain from the hook to make a ring. You can chain more if you like, more than 3, or you could do a magic ring here as well. Either will work just fine. All right, and the first thing you're going to do is work what I call beginning treble into the center ring. So just go straight into your center ring with a single crochet, no chaining up. Just go straight into the center ring with a single crochet and then chain 2. And that's going to be the first treble of the round. All right, so now chain 1 for a chain space, and then we're going to make a repeat of chain 1 treble until you have 12 total trebles, including the beginning treble that you made. All right, so just chain 1 and treble 11 times, so that way you have a total of 12 trebles. Okay, and then we're going to chain 1 and then you'll be at the beginning of the round. All right, so now I have 12 trebles, including the beginning treble, with chain 1 space in between, and I have chain 1 on the hook right now, and I'm going to join in the second chain, so the top chain of the beginning treble. Just join straight into that top chain. All right, and make sure your slip stitch is laying over the treble stitch so that it's not so super tight. All right, and now we're going to work straight into this chain 1 space with a beginning 4 treble popcorn. And so we're going to make a beginning treble again, so just go straight into the space, no chaining up, with a single crochet, and then chain 2. That's your first treble. Now work 3 more trebles in that same chain space so that you have a total of 4 trebles, including the beginning treble. All right, and now I've got 4 trebles here. Now just release the loop from the hook and insert the hook from front to back through the beginning treble. So you're going to go through that top chain of the beginning treble. Then grab your loop and pull it through to the front, and that closes your 4 treble popcorn. All right, now you're going to chain 3. And then in your next chain space, you're just going to work a regular 4 treble popcorn. So just work 4 trebles into that chain space. And some people kind of shy away from making treble crochet because it gets too loose and it looks kind of sloppy. So I'll show you kind of how to make that treble look more neat, and so that we won't want to shy away from a treble. So just insert the hook front to back through the first treble, grab your loop, pull it through the front, and now your 4 treble popcorn is closed. So chain 3. So here's how I make a treble crochet. So you need to make sure whenever you yarn over twice that your yarn overs are not super spread apart like that, or super spread apart and loose. They kind of have to be somewhat snug at the top of the hook, where it tapers down, or if you use the other kind of hook, that's fine too. Just near the front is the most important thing, because if they're all close together near the front, then you can't have all this yarn in between each stitch. So let me show you. If you have your loops really spread apart, and then you go in to try to do a treble, your treble is going to be, see, you have all this space at the end when you try to do your final pass, and so you've got this giant hole at the top of your treble. So I feel like that's why some folks shy away from it. I've heard people say that they won't do a pattern if it has treble crochet in it. So just make sure when you yarn over, all of your yarn overs are close together. And then when you insert your hook, you pull up your loop, you can see everything is still nice and snug at the front. And then pull through both loops. And now whenever you take your final pass, you don't have that giant gap. All right, so just a little tip for treble crochet. So just continue this repeat around, chain 3 and 4 treble popcorn in the next chain space. And I'll show you how that looks when I'm finished. Alrighty, so this round 2 is complete, And I've got chain 3 on my hook right now. You can see how your round is going to look with your 4TR popcorns with the chain spaces in between. Kind of looks like neat little flower petals there. And now you're just going to join with the slip stitch into basically into the same spot where you closed your beginning 4TR popcorn. So it's at the second chain also of that beginning treble. And just join with the slip stitch right there. Once you work into the next chain space, you won't even notice that where your join is. So straight into this next chain space for round 3, we're just going to work a super simple round of 2 single crochet. Just go straight into a single, 2 singles, chain 1, 2 singles, chain 1. All right, and that's what you're going to work in all these chain spaces around. 2 singles, chain 1, 2 singles, chain 1. All right. Alrighty, so that round is complete. I've joined with a slip stitch into the first single of the round. And for round 4, I need to travel to this chain space here. So I'm just going to slip stitch into the second single of the previous round. So not the joining stitch, but into the next stitch, I'm going to make a slip stitch. And just make sure it's not super loose. It needs to lay over that stitch because you're just traveling to this chain space. So now into the chain space, without chaining up, I'm going to work a single crochet, and just make sure you find the chain space there. Don't accidentally work into part of your singles here. So just into that chain space, chain 1. Chain 1, single crochet, and then chain 3. And find your next chain space, single crochet, chain 3. Into your next chain space, single. And that's how you're going to work your rounds all the way. And just make sure that you don't skip over any of these chain spaces. Remember, you've got 1 above your popcorn here, and you've got 1 in the middle of these singles. So just make sure every single chain space you put a single crochet, chain 3 all the way around. Okay, so that's how this round is going to be looking here. Okay, so here's how it looks whenever that round is complete with the chain 3 spaces here. I made a slip stitch into the first single of the round, and now I'm ready to work the second to last round here. So in these first 3 chain spaces, you're going to put 3 single crochet in each one. So go straight into your single. Remember, I don't chain up for a single. So just 3 single crochet in each of these 3 chain spaces. Okay, and that's going to be for your side. Now make 3 half double crochet into the next chain space. So 3 half doubles. And now we're at the corner. We're going to make 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. And then 3 half doubles in the next chain space. I'll show you how it looks so far. So we're squaring off the circle right now. So 3 half doubles. Okay, and then we're back to the beginning of our repeat. So in these next 3 chain spaces, you'll work 3 single crochet. Okay, so that's how your corner looks. And you're just going to work that way 3 more repeats until you're back to the beginning. Okay, so my round is finished here. A super simple squaring off round. I went ahead and did the slip stitch in the first single crochet of the round, and you can see how the corners look with the 3 half doubles, 2DC, chain 2, 2DC, and 3 half doubles, and then just 3 sets of 3 singles on the side here. All right. So now I'm going to work my final round, which is just single crochet in all of the stitches across and 3 single crochet in the corner. Okay, until you get back to the beginning. All right, so just make sure when you work into your half double crochets that you get all the stitches. And what you can do is just double check that after you're all finished, you have 88 single crochet on your final round. And that will let you know if you didn't miss any stitches across. All right, just 3 singles in each corner chain space. Okay, so that's how our side's gonna look. Okay, so here's how your square is gonna look when it's complete. You might have a little bit of wobbliness with it when you're first finished with this final round, but it's gonna be fine once it's joined up with other squares. And you can see I've went ahead and did my slip stitch into the first single of the round, and I'm ready to clip this and weave the tail, and I'm all set. This is the Budapest Square from the 2020 VVCAL. If you want to see more of these squares, head to cypresstextiles.net, and they're all free on my blog. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you on the next video.